Hi guys, my name's Daisy and I am the Penryn Road Campus Officer and lead on Union Development, and I have a really important message that I want to bring to you, and it's about our upcoming big student meeting that's happening on the 18th of January, 2 p.m. in the Clatten Theatre on Penryn Road Campus. What is the big student meeting? Well, generally the big student meeting is called an AGM, an annual general meeting, and it's a time for students to come and hold us to account. At that meeting, you'll be able to say, what have you been doing? Why have you been doing that? Where have you been spending the money? And you can also tell us what to do. Right, so what does any of this mean? So as a student at Kingston University, you are automatically a member of the Union of Kingston Students. What are we? The Union is an independent charity that's completely separate from the university, that's literally there to support you. And we do that through sports, we do that through societies, and we do that through volunteering. Those are all activities that we as a union provide for students. But another way that we support students is that we represent you. And how do we represent you? Well, every year, 4 sabbatical officers are chosen by the students, they're democratically elected, to represent the student view for a year. How do we do that? Pretty much every day, the 4 sabbatical officers sit in various meetings across the university where the university goes, this is what we want to do, what do the students think? And then we have to say, well, the students think this and the students think that. And that's what you vote for us to do. But let's say I have some very strong views on a certain topic, I'll take those views into the meeting, and hopefully students voted for me to take those views into the meeting. But sometimes you as a student want us to do something more. You want us to represent you on different views, on different things. And you can come and tell us that this is what you want us to do, but we may or may not take that into the meeting with us. But at the big student meeting, it's a chance for you to come and literally tell us what to do, and then we have to do it. So how do you do that? Well, what you have to do is you have to propose a motion. What is a motion? You may have a fantastic idea about improving the way that the Union of Kingston Students works, or perhaps there's something that really irritates you. If you want to bring about change in your union, then you can write a motion and propose it to be adopted as policy. Any student is welcome to submit a policy to the big student meeting, and the deadline for this is the 11th of January at 5 p.m. If you want any help on how to write a motion, just log on to the Union of Kingston Students website where we have a page on how to write a motion. We take it to the AGM and there'll be a load of people there and everyone will sit and they'll vote on it. Yes, we believe that, or no, we don't believe that the union should take a stance on this. And then if it gets voted in, it becomes policy, and then that means that we as a union have to do it. The motions that you pass can be local or national. They can be, something that impacts you right here in your classroom, whether it's timetabling, whether it's the bus services, whether it's food on campus, it could be the contents of your curriculum, it could be anything. We as the union take a stance on that and we feed into all those meetings across the university. But there's also national issues that you can come and make us take a stance on. There are always student strikes and protests and things going on where we as a union can or cannot or do not take part in, because we want to make sure that it's the students that get us to do these things. So, policies that have been passed in the past. 3 years ago, students believed that the song Blurred Lines by Robin Thicke should not be played on campus. So whenever the union had a sporting event, or we did Freshers' Fair, or we held any event, we did not play that song. How did they do that? They wrote a motion, they proposed it, they took it to the AGM, people voted on it, and then it became policy for 3 years. Now, why should you even come to the AGM if you're not proposing a motion? Well, it's really, really fun because you get to sit there and watch what everyone else is interested in. You can almost sit there and eat popcorn and watch people debating big issues. That's really exciting. We will have Domino's pizza there, so if you want to come and have some free Domino's, Domino's is always a good draw card for you to take part. You can also get Kingston Award points. But why even propose a motion? So there's many reasons, one of them being that you can create big change, you can actually create policy. There's a lot of students that study certain degrees here at Kingston where this would be very useful on your CV. Also a great opportunity to display your leadership skills, because quite frankly at the end of the day you'll get a degree anywhere. But when you're sitting in your job interview and they're looking at your CV, if you propose a motion and it gets passed as policy at the big student meeting, it shows that you took initiative, that you have leadership qualities, and that you thought beyond yourself. And then finally, another great reason for you to come to the big student meeting is if you want to run in the student elections, because at the student meeting you'll be able to see firsthand what students actually care about. You can submit your manifesto and an image of yourself, and on your manifesto it will pretty much be telling students why they should vote for you. At the end of February there will be the student elections where the students will vote for the 4 campus officers. So in the past we used to have a president and vice presidents, and a few years ago the union decided that we wanted to make sure that every campus had a seat at the table when representing students. So now we have 4 democratically elected campus officers, and you could be the next one. And if you get democratically voted into the position, then that means you will represent those students for the next year. Last year, we only had 7% of the student population actually voting for us. And so this year, we've been working very hard at making sure that more students know about the importance of this role. Who you choose to be in these positions, you are choosing someone who will be sitting there at the very top with the Vice Chancellor, fighting on behalf of the students. So you want to make sure that you're voting for the right person. So even in February, if someone comes up to you and they talk to you about voting for them, make sure that you read their manifesto, make sure that you ask them questions about what they'll do for you, because at the end of the day, they will be employed full-time by the union to represent you and your views. So if you want to find out any more about running in the student elections, please feel free to contact us. Nominations open soon, and the nomination window will be open for a few weeks, so you'll have plenty of time to come and find out. And we always have staff that will be more than happy to help answer any questions. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you on the 18th of Jan for the big student meeting. And I also hope to see many of you running in the student elections.